shows, and we had singing commercials, like cigarette commercials, and things that were. It was just a wonderful staged version of what would the setting of doing a radio show in 1950, and it was really, really fun. So yeah, I do theater. I did did the Shakespeare Festival here a couple of years ago at the Kingsman Shakespeare Company. We did the Taming of the Shrew and what was it? Taming of the Shrew and what was the other one we did? Merchant of Venice. So anyway, I've done a lot of Shakespeare over the years. I've done probably half a lot. I've done Henry IV. I've done Othello. I've done a lot of Shaw, Shakespeare, Ibsen, a lot of classic theater, and as well as many, many modern and new plays. And that's about what I'm doing now. I fell into doing just one of the things you'd be interested in is anime. One of my things that I do a lot of, I just dubbed a really interesting thing for Netflix here day before yesterday about the Mossad. It was dubbing these Hebrew Mossad agents into English for. There's some really exciting stuff that they're doing. I'm talking doing more of that as a series on Netflix. It's about the Mossad. It's a documentary thing, and I'm dubbing the Hebrew. I'm dubbing these Israeli Mossad agents' voices into English, and it's really interesting. But other than that, I'm doing. As I said, I do a lot of anime. I got involved in anime by accident. I was printing up resumes one night, and when a fellow who was an engineer at this anime company said, "Do you ever do any anime?" So I've dubbed a lot of films. I've done ADR, additional dialogue replacement, on films we've done where we needed to replace because of the atmospheric sounds. I said, yeah, I do a lot. So I went in to read for this film we were doing, and it was a feature-length anime, Japanese anime, and saying the old ninja for the hills of wise old guy. And I did, and they liked the fact that I was able to, lip sync and everything with the anime. So then that led to doing the feature Ghost in the Shell, which turned out to be a huge hit.
Oh yeah.
I played the Aramaki, the leader of the head of the cyber police, the Ghost in the Shell. They all have bits and pieces that are artificial. Like Bato has eyes, and the nature is like kind of like a RoboCop. They have different parts of them that are robotic. Yeah. And my character was Aramaki, is the chief. Wasn't it? And I did that feature, which led to doing 52 half-hour segments later on of that show.
Wow.
Which was on Adult Swim for ages. It's still out there. And then I did a couple of PlayStation games, and then we just did another one, another version just last year, and it's on. I don't play these games, so I don't keep up with them. But we did one that's online. It's an online game based on the same character, Ghost in the Shell. And I've done several others. Those another one called League of Legends is another online video game which I've done. I have a character in that, and I do an ongoing character in a show called Naruto. I play. Danzo, he's an old ninja politician character, great. And so that's it. I play a lot of authority figures. I played a ton of priests, cardinals, bishops. Anyway, that's kind of what at my old age now, that's what I play. I play priests and cardinals and generals and deans and authority figures. That's pretty much what I do now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's where I am at.
What is the most challenging part about being an actor? The most difficult part in the acting business?
The most difficult is getting the work, because it's everybody wants to get on. There's an old Jimmy Brown used to say, everybody wants to get into the act.
Yeah.
And it's true. Everybody comes out here to Hollywood. They all want to get into the movies. They want to get on TV. Hey, Mom, I'm on TV. So it's a very competitive business. Of course, as I get older, my competitions died off, or they're big stars, and they wouldn't work for the kind of money I'll work for. So I get a lot of work. It's as I say, there aren't too many actors my age who aren't already big stars that will that are as good as I am. So the competition is not too bad. I stay pretty busy, but when you're younger, it is a very tough, very competitive business, very hard getting work. And the fact that just getting to Broadway, I mean, I'm one of the few actors that's made it to Broadway. I've done 3 Broadway shows, and that's kind of every actor out here would dream of, a theater actor, people who love the stage would dream of going to Broadway. So that was a big thing in my life, having made it to Broadway. So I've worked in all mediums, and I still do work. It's mostly small theater around town. We don't have big theater because most of the big shows that come here are usually Broadway shows that are on tour and play the Amundsen here, the big music center and stuff. But as far as actually original or shows out here, they're all mostly smaller theaters. In fact, there's a theater in the building I live in. I live in a brand new building here in North Hollywood, and we have a beautiful theater right downstairs. And we have a good theater company called the Road Theater, and they do some great work here, which I'm a member of the company. So, I stay busy doing theater and a lot of voice work, anime, narrations. I narrate a lot of things. That's pretty much it. Voice work and low-budget films. I just did a new series, played the coroner in a new series that's not yet out yet. I think it's what's it going to be on Discovery Channel? I think it's called the Murder Loves Company. I think it is something like that. I don't know. They have all these murder shows on Discovery and all these. That's the difference between now and when I started the business is that there's so much more opportunity. When I started, there were 3 networks: ABC, NBC, and CBS. Mm-hmm. That was it. You had big hit, and there was no internet, none of that. And there was 5 major studios. There was Warner Brothers, Universal, 20th Century Fox, MGM, and Columbia. That was about it. And they ran the whole. And if you were doing a picture, a movie at one of the big studios, or you were doing episodics on one of the 3 networks. And the work was very, extremely competitive back then. Of course, there's more people pursuing it now. But now the work is spread since the internet came along, and all these companies now. You got Netflix producing their own work. You got HBO producing their stuff. You got Showtime. You got Lifetime Time. All these companies now are internet companies are doing. So there's a tremendous amount of work now. Of course, again, there are a lot of people pursuing it because there have been stills coming out here. But there is more opportunity and more work now than there was when I started. We now, I think when I joined the Screen Actors Guild, there must have been no more than maybe 50, 60,000 tops of members. Now I think we have well over 150,000 members.
Wow. Because
we merged with AFTRA, the television union. I had already belonged to both unions. But now we merged, and because of that, a lot of people are in AFTRA, but weren't even actors. They were announcers and dancers and singers, and now they're in SAG. But SAG is considered the premium card. Everybody wants to be in SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. So now we have well over 150,000, but most of them are extras. They got into the back door. They're not really actors, but they have a card and they appear in movies mostly as extras, and crowds and stuff. But there is a lot of work now, and so I stay pretty busy considering my age. People keep asking me, "Aren't you going to ever retire?" I say, "Well, there's no heavy lifting in my job, and if there is, there's a stunt man to do it." So I was playing an old character in a film, taking an old folks retirement home, and we had a scene where I was in my PJs and this bed in a little bedroom on a carpeted floor. There was a scene where I rolled out of bed. I have a dream or something. I rolled out of bed. And it was no big deal. I could have done it. He said, they put a stunt guy in to do it, put on my pajamas and all this to roll out of bed and hit the floor. So, as I say, I could go on doing this until I drop dead, and no problem. I'll never, ever retire because, I said, there's an old, I tell everybody, they see story and say, yeah, I'm like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'll die. Sharks can never stop moving. They have to keep the oxygen through their gills. So they continue to move. They never stop. And that's kind of the way I am now at my age. I'm consumed with what I do. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And so Yeah. So I continue, and I'll keep it until I drop.
Yeah. Why retire if you enjoy it, No need to retire.
Exactly. No. Hemingway said retirement is a dirty word. He said retirement is like backing up slowly into the grave. So I'll never retire.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy the acting business as well. I've done voiceover work, small stuff, but in the radio thing I've done for 6 years, and some high school theater plays, and I've had fun doing it, and I'll never stop doing it. I like doing it. It's fun to do.
Yeah. Well, artists never need to retire. I mean, you can always, if you're a painter or an actor or whatever, you can always go out. I guess if you're a dancer, it's a little tough when you get old. But other than that, as far as acting goes, it doesn't require any great musculature. As long as you can get up and walk and talk, and you can still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to watch. You can do it from a wheelchair. Hell, Lionel Barrymore spent most of his latter years in a wheelchair in movies. He played Dr. Kildare, and he was, John Barrymore's brother. I mean, he spent half of his career in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you can do it. So luckily, I have a new lease on life. I have 2 new knees. I had my left knee replaced 3 or 4 years ago, and that put a big strain on my right one. So I went and had my right one done a year ago last January, and now with 2 new knees, I have a new lease on life. So I'm ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah. My last question to you is, do you have any other advice for people who want to get in the business? Now, I know we talked about, you mentioned some pieces of advice, but do you have any other pieces of advice for people?
Well, as far as getting into business goes, I don't recommend anybody get into the business unless they have a first of all, you got to have a strong constitution. You got to be able to take a lot of rejection. If you're at all sensitive, and it's kind of a dichotomy. You have to be sensitive enough to play strong emotions and things, and be able to have that. But also, you have to be strong enough to take a lot of rejection and because it's a tough business. And
oh yeah,
you can go out, you can audition for you have to audition. Well, it's less for me now, but usually you have to audition 8 or 10 or 15 times before you get one role sometimes. Mm-hmm. You just have to keep getting rejected, and finally you get, and you have to be able to handle that, and it's tough. I mean, it's a tough business, and if you have to have some way of supporting yourself, and when you're starting out in this business, you really need a side job. But then again, the side job interferes with your going on auditions, so it's a dichotomy. Unless if you're independently wealthy, it's fine. You don't have to work. But if you have to work, it is a problem. That can be a bit of a problem when you're just starting out. So anyway, I just say you got to have tenacity. You got to really want to do it. You got to really love doing it more than anything. You do it if they didn't pay you. One of those things.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's. I'd say you got. First of all, you got to be honest with yourself. Are you really good enough to compete in a professional level? Otherwise, you should stick to community theater and just do theater for the love of it. Maybe in your community or something. But if you want to really get out into where the big fish are, you have to get out and you have to be good, and you have to work on your craft. And I recommend anybody doing theater, just not going right into doing films, because all great actors start out in the theater. Really, Spencer Tracy, Marlon Brando, everybody, start in theater. So I recommend doing theater as much as you can.
Yeah,
I think that's the beginning. That's the best training ground for acting.
Yeah,
and not just studying acting, but really working in front of an audience. That'll teach you more than anything. The audience, you learn timing. You learn how to make lines. How to get laughs. It's a thing. It takes a while. It takes a while to develop your sense of timing and being able to bring it up. As I say, that's something. It's not easy doing this business. What was easier for me is, as I say, starting out as a kid, being on stage all my life. I had sort of a leg up